Wilson Morales talking to Lex Scott Davis regarding her role as Erica on Suits LA. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
You got a new job. We get to see you on network TV.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, s- so how much of a fan were you of the original show before you took on this job?
I didn't watch the original show when it was on. I got the audition and then I went to watch it on Netflix like everyone else. And just so I could understand the world, understand the tone. Obviously, I knew what Suits was, but I just never had seen it. And so I accidentally binged the whole first season when I was supposed to be preparing for my audition and learning my lines. So I quickly became a fan of the original too. Like I understood it. I got why there was such a huge fan base and a big buzz around the pilot. Um, so yeah, that's my history with the
Mm.
original. I stopped
Eh,
watching probably like mid season two.
Really? So, I forgot how many seasons they went. They went so long,
Nine.
9 seasons on USA. They don't even have shows anymore on USA.
Yeah.
So like they were able to get a 9 good seasons in, and you kind of have to watch it knowing that they're bringing back some of the characters, from the previous show, so like to get an idea. But
Yeah.
you're a new character. What do we get out of Erica? How strong of a lawyer is she?
She's very strong. She's quite the little powerhouse. She's younger. She's more of her prime and she is a go-getter. I think she's just hungry. We meet her at a stage where she is extremely hungry, extremely passionate about what she does, and feels like she deserves more. The beautiful thing is she gets what she deserves. Immediately we figure that out in the pilot. She gets her head of entertainment role by the end of our pilot, which also speaks to where she's valued in Ted's eyes. I think I, she's set up on this journey to potentially go down the path of always having to fight and always having to be heard or seen and all these things. And but he sees her, he does hear her, and he does value her. And I think it speaks to the loyalty and their bond moving forward, knowing that as their foundation. I think it just sets them up going forward in a really beautiful way.
Early on, we see that Erica was not into films like some of the other people on that show. Has that changed now that she's the head? You can't really run in the entertainment and not know what's going on, who's who, and what show they were coming from.
Knows, but like not that deep, like she knows the town, she knows the names of all the people.
So is she faking it till she makes it? Is that the kind of thing?
A little bit, but I think what's nice is that it gives her room to lean on her peers, and to seek advice and seek guidance and things she doesn't know. And I think that's kind of dope. I think she's so confident, but she's also aware of her shortcomings, and she's not too confident where she isn't able to see the greatness in other people and how she can lean on them for guidance in certain arenas. So I think it's this interesting little quirk about her that she doesn't really have too much of the television and film history. But she's still a shark. Like she still is passionate about fighting for her clients and getting people what they deserve and also being loyal to Ted. And so I think regardless of how much she's watched, she's still able to do her job at a high level.
How much stock do you take into the characters you play? Like, even though it's a fictional show and so forth, but this is not the type of show that you necessarily have to do a lot of research on. But you live in LA, obviously the land of entertainment. Do you now, look at other lawyers who have these type of responsibilities to get an idea as to what they're going through, as opposed to just playing one on TV?
Uh, if you're asking, did I go research my law firm?
I'm saying,
No.
like, I'm sure either whether you have your own lawyer,
I
manager,
do. Right. And so with that, there is a level of understanding. Like I have an entertainment attorney, I have a manager. And what we do in the show is kind of blend the two. It's not just law. It feels a lot like we're agents at times in this show. Which I'm sure you probably could see that too in the way we get roles for our clients, and fight for our clients in terms of their positions on a job. And so it's actually more eye-opening for me through the show of learning of what my attorneys are probably doing on my behalf. It's not just when they get a contract, here we go with the contract. It's like, no, let's have conversations about, my client wants a spot on your show, and I know the producer, or I know the director, and like, how do we, put all the pieces together? It just kind of helps me learn the industry I'm in from a different lens, by being in this role, which is actually really, really dope and really insightful for me, as an actor. And it also gives me just a different level of respect for my team as well.
Mhm. When people obviously talk to you and they talk about you telling me you're on this show, and obviously they're gonna, if either they've seen the original or not, what are you telling them? What's the show about? Is it something that every episode is dealing with a situation that's going on in LA, which is why it's called Suits LA, or we're getting s- plots where anybody can probably relate to?
I I actually love that this is a show where anyone could relate to. I think there was a piece of the average human experience that will be able to identify themselves in these characters. This is a character driven show. The original was, and so is this one. So, regardless of the backdrop and the type of law practice, obviously we learn a little bit about entertainment, but that is a byproduct of watching characters at play, and relationships being built, and themes of loyalty, and themes of trust, and themes of love, and themes of self awareness. Those are the things that people, I think, audiences will latch on to most, and that's how I've been able to identify a piece of myself in Erica as well, and some of the other characters too. It's so you don't necessarily need to know the universe. You don't the Suits universe. I mean, you don't need to know law, or entertainment law, but you'll watch and you'll still find something you can relate to for this show. Absolutely.
At any given time, has it been established that Erica is a black lawyer? Does that come into play at any, especially since you're the only black lawyer at the firm that we've seen so far?
Um, it's in the pilot. And I think that's the only time we need to go into it, because that also isn't the only piece of her that she's identified by. She's seen in high regard from Ted. And we start this journey with her having to fight to be heard, fight to be seen, and wanting to earn her seat at the table in this male-dominated space. But then she gets it. She does get the title. She does get the respect. And that is really beautiful for me to actually play, of building this relationship and this foundation of her and her boss and her superior, this older white man, and he can see her, he can hear her, and like, how lovely is that? How lovely is that? And so with moving forward, she's someone that Ted leans on to handle it all. The we meet these characters at a time of chaos, like a bomb just exploded this law.
Everybody had to choose sides.
We have two sides, and so Erica is who he looks to handle it, to save our firm, to save our clients, to sign new people, to keep it going, keep the ship alive. And so it becomes less about a race thing and less about the only woman thing, but she's given an opportunity to play at the same level as the rest of them.
Listen, we've got more episodes to go. We want to see what Erica's journey is going to be, but right now she's, landing the ship as it is. So congrats on the road. Congrats on the series. Let's keep it going. Let's get it renewed so that way we can see more, and they can write more about your character, and we see you outside of the court, right, outside
Yeah.
of the office. So
Yes.
that being said, have yourself a great day. We'll talk down the road.
You always good to see you, Wilson.